Hey, good morning to everybody.
Hi, welcome to this new episode of High Brake Solution Diagnostic. We are actually at the moment shooting a video which I'm going to show you step by step the process of changing the clutch in this 2016 Hyundai Ioniq. But during this process, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity to prepare this very short video where I'm going to show you with much detail the engine and the transmission, because I have actually to change the clutch. I have to take out everything, usually because of service purposes. So we're gonna have a closer look to the engine from the back, the engine from the front. It's gonna give you a real better understanding and perspective of all the engine structure, all its components, where do they go. So it's gonna help you very much for future services. So if you wanna learn, stick around and then we will continue then. Stay tuned. Up and here you are. So I don't want to make you guys so dizzy watching everything. So as you can see, we took apart the complete engine from the Ioniq, and one thing I wanted to mention, that you do not need to disassemble the air conditioning system. You will just tighten it somewhere in the front and that's it. The engine will bend to the back and will come down very easily. Now to take it down, obviously you have to take out the complete subframe, which is not such a big deal. It's just so heavy mechanical stuff and that's it. But then here we are. Look at what we have here. We have the complete engine assembling as well as the transmission. So we're finally gonna have a great perspective of the engine. So let's take a look. We have the G4LE. That's the engine technical name. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's explore step by step everything what we got over here. Obviously the intake manifold. This is very nice because actually you can take away all the electrical system and not the injector. The injector has an external plug over here, which I consider great. Okay, the throttle body. Now look at what we have here. This is the oil pressure sensor, but as you can see, it's leaking a little bit. So this pressure sensor, that's definitely gonna need to be replaced. Okay, this is the high voltage connector for the hybrid starter generator. Okay, the inlet where it's supposed to be the thermostat, but I think I mentioned in the other video that the thermostat is here, but it's supposed to be here. All right, let's continue. All right, I think we had explored this before, the ignition coils and the high pressure fuel pump. Now let's have a better perspective of the engine from the front. Finally, here we are. So I have a previous video where I'm explaining with much details changing the drive belt. But changing the drive belt, you just need to bend this a little bit. You can use this 14mm or 3/8 inch ratchet just to pull this pin in its position, and then finally you can. This one I think it's 17 or 18. But remember, this pretensioner, it's very hard. So when you're gonna turn it to the back, you have to go very slowly. All right, but as you can see, it's not such a big deal. All right, okay, so let's continue. This is, I'm not okay, give me a second. All right, here it is. Okay, the Egr Cooler, which is located on the back of the between the engine block and the exhaust. All right, let's see what else we have. The Egr Actuator motor, which, as you can clearly see, it goes into the cooler, the actuator motor, and finally directly to the intake. Okay, we have this. I'm gonna have to take this. This looking like a motorboard. I think it's more like a check valve. Now, I'll be very honest. I don't have the technical information about this tiny little motor for the heater, but I think it's just a check valve that just shuts down and doesn't allow the coolant to circulate between it, or it just limits. So let me know in the comments if you know. All right. Let me continue. All right. So then we will have another perspective now of the transmission from the back, and then we have the mechatronic for the gear shifter. All right. So as you can see, just a couple of motors that just click on and off the different gear shift that you're going to apply. So on the back of the transaxle, we have this serial number. All right, let me just, there you go. We will have a better perspective now. Okay. And then we have now the clutch, the dual clutch actuator. This is the dual clutch actuator. You have to remember, Hyundai Ioniq uses 3 clutches, all right? So, dual clutch for the gear shift, and 1 single individual clutch to disengage and engage the transmission from the internal combustion engine. So let's continue. All right, so the clutch, dual clutch actuator, you can clearly see. Of course, this unit is adjustable with this technical information. Look at the clutch reservoir. So we finally have a clear perspective over here. Here we have the shift solenoid right here. Clearly we can see it. And then this is the clutch, the engine clutch actuator. All right, we can clearly see over here. This component, this one should be the resolver. Okay, the motor position, the electric motor position, and of course the high voltage, huge high voltage connection. All right, let's see. Once again, if you're liking this content, hit that red button over there, like and subscribe. You gotta support the channel. We're talking about unique content that I'm always working around to deliver for you guys, so you will have definitely a better perspective of the new vehicles that are coming in the market. So every single case, interesting case that I have an opportunity to show you guys with much details. Hybrid Solution Diagnostic is a channel made for you, so we will. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, because I'm shooting a video about the clutch, replacing the clutch. Okay, it's gonna be a little more in depth, hopefully not so long, because I don't want to extend too much. Okay, but I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Bye bye. Episode of Hybrid Solution Diagnostic. We are actually shooting a video which we're gonna show you guys with a much details. Oh no,